Hello and welcome to the Indy Sports Network. I'm your host Jewel, and today we will be taking a look at our ISN monthly highlight. This is a series dedicated to showcasing, highlighting, and singing the praises of the athletes, promotions, and sports within the realm of small business athletics. Before we get started, be sure to hit like and subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on all ISN content. This month, we're heading to New York City to check out a game that has been ingrained in the culture of the city that doesn't sleep. Baseball is one of, if not the most popular sports in the United States during the mid-20th century. And for New York City kids loving the game but without the money to spend on the equipment to play the game, they broke off the wooden handle of a broomstick and skinned a tennis ball to its rubbers and got together on a New York City block to play their own game, which would be known as stickball. In the Bronx, the kids who played together would officially devote one street to their newfound league and center their community around the game. For the month of August 2022, ISN is proud to present the New York Emporers Stickball League. Stickball had already been a staple in New York City since around the 1930s, and kids from that era on played the game together for the next 60 plus years. Children on the same street would form teams and compete against other teams, also made up of kids from another street.
And thank God that the older guys created that game, and we still keep it live now.
Winning these games earned the victors bragging rights amongst each other, as well as eliminating gang violence by encouraging healthy competition amongst the youth. As these kids would get older, they would teach the game to their kids, who would teach the game to their kids, creating a line of 3 or even 4 generations playing the game.
I love the game, playing it for 21 years, but I love the family aspect, man. The community we created out here.
You see, we have kids here, and we try to keep, show our kids responsibility. We have people from all aspects of life, lawyers, doctors, policemen.
What's your favorite part of the game?
It's watching the little kids come out here and either cheer or play ball with their parents, grandparents. Any kid can join the game, where you get most of your younger generation, older generation getting together and playing some old school stickball in the street.
In 1985, with the game already established amongst these generations, in order to better cement themselves with the game, they formed a league, creating the New York Emporers Stickball League. Instead of playing home versus away games on the streets of New York, it was decided that there would be one street dedicated to this league. They settled on Newman Avenue in the Castle Hill neighborhood of the Bronx. The reasoning for this location was that it wasn't being used on Sundays, and minimal traffic made it easy to get permits to shut the street down on Sundays and holidays. Newman Avenue would eventually be renamed to Stickball Boulevard in order to properly denote where the greatest stickball games in the world were going to be played. NYESL's first president was Joe Cruz, and since the founding of 1985, NYESL has made its place as the most prominent stickball league in not just New York and not just North America, but in the entire world. Currently, NYESL is played by 9 teams, but historically there have been a total of 24 teams that have played in the league. The current teams are the Ravens, the longest tenured team in the league and the 2008 NYESL champions. Leland Legends, the 2013 LTD champions in Puerto Rico, even after the captains had to return back to the States in the face of tragedy, as well as the 2017 and 2022 NYESL champions. The Tinos, who won the 2019 Chino Classic champions, their first year as a team, and the 2021 NYESL champions. The Royals, a family led by the Stickball Hall of Famer Philip Chino Santana. Sugar Hill, named after its co-founder, the late Jay Sugar Hill. The Diamondbacks, made up of family players from sons and fathers and grandfathers, formerly known as Nothing Personal. The Titans, another family team founded by Pete Carrion Sr. and now co-led by Pete Carrion Jr. The Thunder, who debuted in last year's Chino Classic tournament, and the Bronx Legacy, made up of the current generation of stickball greats, co-captained by Skylar Mercado. The NYESL pays tribute to the families that helped to continue the legacy of stickball, and the legends of the game are ingrained in stickball's own Hall of Fame, located on 123rd Street. One of these great familial legacies is that of the Mercados. Steve Mercado's father was one of the founders of the league, and Steve himself was the president of the NYESL for about 10 years. When not involved in stickball, however, Steve was a firefighter, bravely serving New York City on Engine 40. Sadly, Steve would pass away on duty at the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. In his honor and memory, Stickball Boulevard would be given another name in 2003, Steve Mercado Stickball Boulevard. His sons Skylar and Austin would continue his legacy in the game of stickball. At the end of the day, stickball is far more than the nickname that it's been given, poor man's baseball, because when you look beyond the tools of the game, you see people, you see families knit together by a thread to the game. You see communities turn into families and friends, spanning several generations for the love of the game. The competition that it brought, and how it turned what would otherwise be neighborhoods of strangers into one giant family devoted to this game that has brought them together.
Stickball is very important to the community. One, because it unifies people from all ethnic backgrounds. It's great because we get the kids from the community, inner city, outer city kids, and we teach them the concept of respect, of family. It unifies everybody, and you get to meet a lot of different people that you never knew that actually enjoy the game and know it.
To close out, I would like you to hear a poem written by Steve Mercado about the game and about how it connects him to his family.
One Sunday morning, I came out to see this game that he spoke of with such passion and glee. My only regret is I had not joined him before, for our relationship since has become so much more. He's not only my dad, but my best friend as well, and I like to thank Stickball for this tale I tell.
I vowed that my children will have much more than I, for I will teach them to reach for the sky. I pray every day that my boys will be fine and as happy with their dad as I am with mine.
Stickball's the game, and each week we play, running, hitting, laughing, enjoying the day. Our families, our friends, we love them the same.
Look forward to seeing you Sunday to play our game. Thank you.
Please be sure to support the New York Emporers Stickball League. You can check them out on Instagram at NYStickball, on TikTok at NYESL Stickball League, or check out their website at www.nystickball.com. A huge thank you to Skylar Mercado for helping me with the research for this video. It's greatly appreciated, and I thank you for your time.